So it's almost show day, and there are a couple things I wanted to go over with you before the day actually comes. Things to think about and things to be prepared for, and to gather up your thoughts and be organized so that you can make sure your day is spectacular and your time on stage is also spectacular. So the first thing is you want to be prepared. All of your training, all of your nutrition, all of the stage presentation skills. You've been practicing, you have your lists, you have your protocols. So now you just want to make sure that you have everything you need. So go through everything and make sure a couple of extra things. Be prepared to bring some extra food. And I just suggest either another meal or two, or bring a couple of extra servings of protein, a couple of extra servings of some carbs, and a little bit of fat, just in case the day is extended. I want you to prepare your food as if it was another day in show prep, but be prepared for a very long day. Most shows are not don't run on time. They either start real fast and slow down, or they just go on and on. But be prepared so that you don't have to run out in the middle of the day and get extra food. Or if I change your nutrition throughout the day because I feel that you need to have something different, then you are prepared. So bring some extra food. It doesn't hurt. The next thing is be prepared for your period. If you haven't gotten it already this week, peak week, there might be a chance you wake up tomorrow morning or the next day or the day of show with your period. It happens. It probably happens to about 75% of all women in prep. There's just something about peak week that seems to bring it on. So be prepared. It should be like any other day. It will not affect how you look on stage unless you let it affect you. It's more just on how you gather yourself up and treat it as if any other day of the week and move on. But be prepared. Bring a few extra sanitary products just in case either you or a friend need it. Doesn't hurt to have the extra thing there. Be prepared for no sleep the night before. It's going to be either a very late night because you're tanning, or a very early morning because you've got hair and makeup, or maybe an early check-in time, or maybe just the excitement of it all. You won't sleep. It's part of the process. Embrace it. You can have coffee for sure. People always ask, can I have coffee? Of course you can have coffee. It helps to maybe have an espresso. It takes up less volume of your liquid, and sip on it, and just have it black with a little sweetener. But most certainly if you need your coffee, don't not have it. Have it. The thing about being backstage now, I want you to be prepared to have something comfortable to sit on. Bring a yoga mat, or sometimes some girls bring those little lawn chairs, or those kind of like, I call them soccer mom chairs. Bring maybe an extra blanket to sit on. Try to put your feet up through the day. Don't stand all day. Bring flip-flops so that you're not on in your shoes all day. Bring a cover up in case you get chilly. I think most of you will have a robe or some clothing to wear over your suit, but most certainly you want to be comfortable, and sometimes it gets a little bit cold backstage when you are standing around waiting. So the last thing that is very important I want to cover with you, so that this little video doesn't go on forever, is tips for you on stage to make sure that you get noticed. You've been practicing. Your bodies are just phenomenal right now. You're feeling amazing, probably really nervous and very excited. So the most important thing is that when you get out there, you want to be noticed. And sometimes things out of your control will direct the attention away from you. So how do you handle that? The first thing is, first impressions count. Come out with a warm, welcoming smile and lots of energy. Don't rush it. Take your time. Don't be draggy. It's kind of a hard thing. You got to do all these things at once. But connect with the judges and the audience the moment you step out there, and engage them. Keep them engaged. It doesn't matter if they're not looking at you, or you think they're not, or if they're making faces and you think they're making faces at you, or they're talking to the judge next to you, or maybe they don't even look like they're paying attention. Believe me, they are. So you hold your ground, you connect, you work hard at it. If you are on the end, either one of the first one or two or the last one or two, and you're on the end of the line, especially if it's a large class, take your ground. When everybody lines up, angle in towards the center a little bit. Angle so that you are facing the judges, and you can step a little ahead in front of the line a little if you need to. The judges will, the head judge hopefully will notice if the girls are getting crowded on the end, but even if you step forward a little bit, they might say, hey, number one, step back to the line. Well, all of a sudden, guess what? You're noticed. So don't be afraid to stand your ground. Keep smiling. Don't be embarrassed by that. Just go ahead, claim your space. When you're on stage and if it seems a little crowded, again, claim your space, especially figure girls in that back pose. If you're struggling trying to get into your back pose because there's a girl next to you, just very gently, don't push her out of the way, but step towards the front of the stage just a little bit so that you can have some room. Hopefully the head judge will notice and spread the girls out so that you'll have some space. But a lot of times everybody just stands there and they have awful back poses. Don't do that. Claim your space. You worked too hard not to be able to have space to get into your pose. It's extremely important. Couple things also. When you're on stage, always show excitement and joy for being there. One of the things that's probably the most unsettling thing for a judge to see is a girl showing her disappointment. And her disappointment might be if she's moved to part of the stage that she feels is not where she should be. If you've been in the middle and the judges have moved you around and all of a sudden they toss you to the end, well, you know what? Maybe they've already decided you're number one and they don't need to see you anymore. So make sure that you don't show anybody that maybe you're not feeling it anymore. Every moment, talk to yourself. Tell yourself you deserve to be there. Like I said, if they don't look like they're looking at you, just look at them and look at everybody else and have a blast up there. Another thing is, later on, when the awards are given, if your placing is not what you expected, again, the last thing in the world you want to do is show any disappointment on stage or even off stage how you feel. You may feel that you have been, missed out. Come and talk to me and we can talk about it, but don't show it on stage. I'll tell you, the judges and the audience will remember poor sportsmanship long after they'll remember who the winner is. So remember when you're on stage, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be noticed? And how do you want to be remembered? Make this opportunity to get out there and shine and have a blast. I am so proud of you. You've come so far. It's such an honor to be your coach. All of the coaches have loved every step of your transformation. You represent Team Best Fit Body in the very embodiment of what we stand for. Healthy, happy, vibrant competitors, and make your day completely memorable.